years old. 1 year in and already in a spot like this. In Gerard Jordan. And that is who will touch the ball first tonight and only able to make... The transfer from Western Michigan.
He's made such an impact on this defense. We talk about Verse, we talk about Peyton, but you go inside here, just so much quickness. He's going to beat the center, Brian Hudson. This coaching staff and D coordinator Adam Fuller, they call him a ball of knives. He's been so disruptive all season long for the Seminoles.
Oh, he sliced right through that offensive line. And now it sets up a 3rd and 12, so watch out for Verse and Peyton. Here's the quick game. Inside screen to Bell, and he is wrapped up immediately by Akeem Dent and Fisk and Keon Coleman. And this is a line drive that takes a bounce and checks up just inside the 35-yard line. Welcome to the big time, young man. And they're going to let him pass on the first play, and he just has to work his... Second and 9. Quickly they get it to Coleman, and Coleman is met right. Third and 7. Pressure on Glenn, and he's taken down and
taking that shot.
Glenn sacked on 3rd down. Mastromano, talented punter. As he skies this down, and Coleman will call for the fair catch. You here in Charlotte. Both teams 3 and out to get this ACC championship game going. Louisville first drive, 3 plays, 3 yards. Plummer look left, comes back right, now pressured by Peyton and has to throw it away. Patrick Peyton, of course, all-time great Louisville quarterback himself. Plummer on 2nd down, going to take a shot downfield and off the... Third and 10. Pressure straight ahead. Plummer stays alive for the moment. Extends the play, but can... 2nd straight, 3 and out. Dangerous Keon Coleman. And he will secure spectacular performances by the Horns and the Tide. Here's Hill trying to find some room, but he is pushed back immediately.
You get to go talk to the school's statistically greatest quarterbacks ever.
Here's Coleman. Coleman trying to reverse field, and Benson out in front blocking for him. As Coleman 7. Philly goes nowhere. Mastromano is 4th nationally in net punting. And Coleman with the fair 1 yard of offense to this point, these two. Jordan looking for a seam, and he finds it. Gerard Jordan. This is earlier this year. Play action. Jack Plummer with time to wind up and take a shot. And it is incoming. Jordan on 2nd down as he is met and driven back by Dent. Third and 7. Plummer backed up and taken down by Jared Verse, his 8th sack of the season.
Florida State's running a game. They've got Fisk going right up the field, trying to get a pick on left tackle Willie Tyler, and then Verse is able to switch inside and use his speed. So it's coming here, and they're looping it around, and it's Verse that's going to make the play. Statistically, he may not be having the same year he had a year ago, Joe, but I'd argue he's a better player because he's more consistent. And after performance last week, a career high against the Gators. He's already off to a big one here.
Hodges already his third punt of the evening. And it is short, but it takes a heck of a bounce for the Cards. This thing dribbling inside.
Last year, they were surprised he came back, but it was no doubt the right decision.
Benson just a half a yard there as Alderman with the run fit and return, the fumble on the scramble. They know that was there for the taking. Brock Glenn, sprint right, looking for an option. Traffic coming in, as is the coming off the edge. Ashton Gelati, 3rd and 13. Glenn gets it out quickly to Coleman. Coleman trying to slither his way for anything. If Kevin Coleman gets a chance at the return. Mastromanno has 8 punts over 50 yards this year as he knuckles this and gets the fair of total offense. I think Texas quarterback Quinn Ewers had that in pregame. Guy went for 452 and 4 touchdowns today. Garendo tackled for a loss. Left side of that line was Plummer on 2nd and 12. Single coverage downfield as he was trying.
Number 11 on the other. And the average needed for Louisville on 3rd down in this game, Joe, is over 10 yards.
And that is not good when Verse and Payton are the edge rushers opposite you. Plummer does get time now. And he pumps again to get past Payton and then tiptoes his. They've converted 61% of their 4th down attempts this season. Play action off of it. Plummer hides it behind the back, and it's batted. He scoop and score. And now prime field position for Glenn in this offense. Let's see what they do with it as Trey Benson doesn't find much room. First time in Louisville territory, but it's because of the defense, not the offense. Benson taking, see if he allows him that opportunity. 3rd and 8. Glenn with time, drives the ball over the middle.
Missed opportunity too, Joe, after getting the stop on 4th down.
Mastromanno just trying to position this inside the 20. Now his defense, let's go. His offense is trying to find themselves with a new quarterback. And Jawar. This is Coleman. And he's driven down. Teams are absolutely peaking, look magnificent in winning championships today. Watching this game now with great interest. 3rd and 2, Plummer goes to the outside in this first quarter. His 4th punt of the night. Coleman is driven back and the fair catcher. Here they go with the screen game as he's able to get it to Johnny Wilson. Against Duke, and they ended up scoring 45 points in that.
Well, they had Jameis Winston at quarterback.
That's a little different than what we're seeing here.
Yeah.
2nd and 8 as Benson gets the work, and they're waiting on him time. 3rd down and 7. Brock Glenn with time, and there's the flag as he was looking for big Johnny Wilson.
I think they're going to get the Florida State transfer, Jarvis Brownlee, in the back end.
Interference. Defense number 2. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
They'll take it any way they can get it right now. Here's Hill. And Hill able to keep his balance for just a moment. And Toafili is in the backfield. And Toafili is wiggling his way for that line.
A little wrinkle there with the Wildcat look, getting better numbers in the blocking game.
And now some tempo. And Glenn's going to pass. And the freshman extending the play, pumping, tucking, running. And you way they can. Toafili with the direct snap, playing Wildcat. Campbell in the backfield with him on 2nd and 3. Searching for a lane and finding it. Glenn He's going to run straight ahead. This time he does slide, and a flag does come in at the end there. And could this be targeting based on what you just saw?
Yeah, Quincy Riley kind of came in late for Louisville's defense. I think Ashton Gelati was there as well. That time, good job getting down and sliding, right? That's a good sign if you're Florida State. Your young guy's learning.
After the play, personal foul on Mr. Ruffus, defense number 9. 15 yards to be added to the end of the run. First down.
Brown.
Let's bring in our rules expert, Matt Austin. What do you say?
Well, this is a close one. He does come in. He gets it. Looks like there's contact to the shoulder, but it looks like his head does get into the head of the quarterback a little bit. So this could be an interesting call if they stop the game.
First down for Florida State at the 24-yard line of Louisville. A little bit of everything to advance the ball.
Plays under further review for potential targeting.
It's been Quincy Riley.
Further review, there is no targeting on the play. Over the late hit from Mr. Ruffus will still be enforced. First down.
So to your play action. Glenn was chased down. Came in with only 4 college passes. Second and 10. 4-man rush against the freshman. Glenn with traffic right in his face. Points are going to be very valuable tonight. The way these defenses are playing and the limitations with the quarterbacks. Oh, he snapped it right into him as he was walking to the line. And a breakthrough. Drives combined for 12 points. Off the bounce at the 11-yard line, Gorendo.
Well, Joe,
yards in the last 30 minutes of that game to the Gators. There's the read by Plummer, and he's going to lose a second and 11. Plummer doesn't have anywhere to go. Third down conversion in this game. Third and 11. Safety blitz as he sets up the screen to Jordan. Blockers in front. Jordan's got the first down and then goes high, hurtling up and away, right over Greedy Vic. 18 yards there from Jordan. And good leg drive now from 43 on that magical night against Notre Dame back in October. Had a 45-yard and 21-yard touchdown run. Nothing happening there. Third and 3. Plummer to pass on third and 3. Shallow cross is in Bell. Third down conversion of the game, but still another visit from Brady Hodges. His 5th punt, looking to pin inside to do so with the guy who's been their number 3 quarterback all season long, Brock Glenn. First start of his college career. Benson somehow stayed alive and got
defensive line all year, Katie. 5 different starting lineups in the season.
And Katie, it's a very good point in terms of how much work Smith and Glenn have been able to get, if at all. Second and 7. Benson straight ahead. Good run. It'll be third. It is looking for their first down. We have 6.5 minutes to play until halftime, and that is it right there with Benson. He's going to run the ball here. Quarterback run, and he slides. Play action off of this. Takes a shot and gets it. Oh, that should.
To an even front.
Glenn on third and 6. Gets it to the outside, and it's caught by Wilson. And Toafili trying to work behind his tight end, Kyle Moore. Knocked out of the game for a few plays. And now get this major assignment. Toafili can't find any bottom of your screen. Third and 6, and now they bring Coleman over to the slot on the near side as the number 2 receiver there. Glenn gonna take a shot downfield, wants all of it, and nearly got it from Coleman, but he was juggling the ball as he struck. 4th and 6, Mastromanno taking his time, rolling his 5th punt already of this first half. Fair catch at the 8. Breaking through against Georgia. Snapping that win streak in an absolute thriller to win the SEC championship. Plummer.
Good to me.
Garendo straight ahead, and he can only get a yard of their offense. 2nd and 8, play action. Plummer with time, quick to the outside. His man was bottled up that time. But instead, it's a 3rd and 8. Plummer just 3 of 13 passing against the Noles tonight. 3rd and 8, 4-man rush. And he cannot navigate any space in the pocket, and he is set.
Time it's Verse going inside and his fist coming around the outside. And I know, again, we talk a lot about Verse. We talk a lot about Peyton, but Braden Fisk, the Western Michigan transfer, has had such an impact on this defense. Against the run, he's a guy that's going to play on.
Back to you, Tess.
Well, this is a knuckler of a punt by Hodges. Came off the foot wrong as Brady Hodges was quickly trying to get it off. As that only goes for 24 yards. Watch Hodges. That's off the side of the foot.
Yeah.
It's a great field position from the 38 of Louisville after the bad punt. Glenn trying to set up the screen to Benson. Blockers in front, and here goes Trey. And it's a 1st down for Florida State.
Easy decision.
Benson straight ahead, taking a defender for a run.
They've got to be big. 0 blitz look here.
Glenn looks right. And then he is taken down in 3rd and 12. Glenn. Oh, and he nearly takes the sack before throwing it. And he misses it. Jeff Brom's team dodges that one. That was a golden opportunity for Florida State with that field position before halftime.
Joe, you can't say enough about Louisville's defense. He just had a bad punt.
This football game with the limitations of these offenses that we're seeing tonight and the exceptional defensive play. Plummer, he's being chased again as he has to dump it. Ball is out! And Jordan straight ahead. Good run from Jordan. It may be coming back as that penalty flag was called in the area of holding as Fabian Lovett, the defensive tackle for Florida State, is signaling
It's going to be a hold on Brian Hudson, their center, an award-winning center who's got his hands full in this game.
Yeah, Brian Hudson, who won the ACC's Jacobs blocking trophy for the most outstanding blocker in the conference.
Couldn't get it done against Fabian Lovett.
Offense number 61. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down. Louisville takes their 2nd time out of the half.
Louisville.
It makes a play in special teams.
So I know there are those who say, hey, the eye test, who's the best team? Boy, this Florida State.
They get in at the expense of an undefeated ACC champion. That's the big question for the committee, Joe. No doubt it wouldn't hurt Florida State to score a few more points here. I think style points are starting to matter a little bit more if you're the Seminoles.
Yep. Out. Seemingly all week long, the thought was this is a simple win and you're in for Florida State. Brock Glenn pitches it out to Coleman. Coleman takes an in-cut and gets game, having thrown only 4 passes. He was 7 of 13 in the 1st half. Glenn extending the play. Could be a holding as he runs the ball and runs it well at past midfield before he slides down, but most likely we're walking it back.
Yeah, it's going to be Keandre Jones playing at right guard. That's an easy call.
Offense number 75.
But there's a lot of chatter elsewhere in college football tonight. 2nd and 11. Try to set up the screen. Does so with Benson, who stiff arms his way.
There's a blitz look again.
3rd down and 9. Glenn to the outside. And they will snap out of that as he will kick to that coverage side. Didn't get it outside the hash, but great downfield coverage that time. Katie.
Tesh, Jess, as you could imagine, Jeff Brom is...
Plummer As Verse tracks him down in major college football. Short pitch on 2nd and 11 to Jordan. And Jordan only to go. Third and 8. They're going to run option. Jordan on the pitch, and Jordan's. Now they go reverse to a flea flicker. Back to Plummer, and he's got to go underneath to a screen, and they do so with Coleman, who spins free for a first down and more. Did he stay in? The end of it.
This is my new favorite trick play in college football. It's the double pass screen. Everybody's thinking you're throwing it way down the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense, number 1. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Back of the jersey.
They're going to spot it at the 40-yard line and a first down from there. Going to throw back to the screen, tunnel it to Thrash, and Thrash gets to the outside. Plummer on first down. Verse, he gets past him. High formation on 2nd and 8 with Jordan behind Martin. Play action off of it, but here come the Knowles. Plummer able to get it complete. Plummer. Ball is back. That also our rules expert was just chiming in saying, I think that may have been PI.
I do too.
2nd and 10. There's the quick strike on the slant to throw.
Bailing out, and a nice decision there by Plummer.
And now some tempo out of Louisville. Jordan straight ahead, just drive of the night for Louisville. 10 plays, 48 yards. Here's Jordan out of the back. 2 tight ends in on the right side on 3rd and 2. Jordan straight ahead. He is stonewalled. He is short of the line to gain. It's a defense with Byron Turner and Braden Fisk able to make the tackle. 4th down.
You got to kick the field goal here if you're Jeff Brown. I mean, you haven't had any opportunities to put points up on the board, so you got to pay off this drive and trust your defense that has been playing so well in this game.
And it'll be Brock Travelstead with a shaky week against Miami, then bounced back last week against Kentucky on for a 36-yard attempt to try to tie this game.
I'm going to be on January 1st. Toafili puts his phenomenal. Great patience. The hole opens up. Toafili puts his foot in the ground and shows off the speed.
And they're going to stick with it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right, Joe?
Well, Brock Glenn, the true freshman quarterback, not going to need him if Toafili's doing stuff like this right here. Touchdown, Florida State. That didn't take long.
That time it's Keandre Jones at guard, kicking out Stephen Herron up front. The big fella just getting a nice block and setting a crease for Toafili. He's really doing a nice job allowing these things to set up before getting north. If you're Florida State, you got to keep running the Wildcat.
This is the other thing that people have. Palmer, Katie George with you here in Charlotte, trying to cap this wild 24 hours of college football championship play. And the mark
About being able to answer.
Plummer being chased by Fisk again and just has to burn.
Take control, get off the field, and get it back to the O.
Plummer on 2nd down to the near side, gets it complete to Thrash, who's
He's going to keep going back to the dudes that are winning.
the varied run scheme of Louisville back to the I formation with Garendo and Martin. And here is Garendo, and Garendo is wrapped up by Akeem Dent.
Wow, they go with a delayed lead draw.
Try to stay on schedule if you can. 2nd and 11. Can they get out of the hole?
Threw it lining up to the left side. That's usually where Jared Verse lives, on the left side of the offensive line.
3rd and 11. Verse is in that three-point stance. They're bringing a safety blitz as well, but he is able to get it off, and it's incomplete. Remember, he had one off the side of the foot earlier. outside the numbers where Coleman has to field it there.
Stay on the sidelines tonight and not go up to a suite. He's still connecting with his teammates, supporting them, and they'll tell you they're not just doing this for him, they're doing it with him, guys.
That's a good point, and it's a big difference. That ball was deflected. Feely, this is where they've had the most success tonight. They run GT counter with Toafili, and it goes for 3. Four-man rush against Glenn. That ball should have been intercepted. 6th, 3 and out. 7th punt. Coleman. They'll use tiebreakers, and winning a conference title is one of them. But so is head-to-head results. And Texas has that big notch as he goes underneath and is able.
They're shutting down right now a very good Louisville offense.
2nd and 5. Jordan trying to get that extra leg drop. 3rd and 2. Plummer downfield wanting more than 2 as he looks to thrash. And that is incomplete. Only time that all 13 members of the selection committee are watching the games together. They're sitting back watching this broadcast, trying to assess Florida State. Keep it on the ground. They do so with. Keep it on the ground. They do so with Hill.
Well, Joe, there's so many. You also have to factor in X factors as well, like injuries and what they've had to overcome all year long on the offensive line. If they were to beat a top 15 opponent tonight with a 3rd-string true freshman quarterback, that's got to count for something.
Glenn on the sprint right, but to be determined in just a 1-possession game and a 3rd down and 5. Brock Glenn back to pass. A-gap pressure. They pick it up over the middle and incomplete. Mastromano kicks it away. Fair catch at the 40.
Florida State's defense on their heels. This feels like a big moment.
Turner will get the work, and he catches a wide open gap. Maurice Turner and Plummer. He's going to run behind his Turner's the featured back, slightly behind Plummer on 2nd and 3. To the end zone in. Getting the call in. Play clock down to 2 seconds for Plummer. Going to run speed option. He's going to keep it, and he's going to get the first. Hitting on a 1st and goal. Turner, nowhere. Crowded for Thrash. A flag comes down as Thrash is thrashed by Fisk and lost yardage. So they reverse course, and it goes in the opposite way.
Trying to get some trickeration on the reverse there, but they got a holding on Nate Kariski on the left side.
Holding. Offense number 85.
For beyond this, so the freshman quarterback, his limitations. And Adam Thor's group has been dominating. Now 3rd and goal. Plummer looking for anything. Flag is down as he lofts it out of the back of the end zone.
It's going to be Brian Hudson at center getting a hold on Joshua Farmer.
Holding. Offense number 61. Penalties decline. 4th down.
From 33. To cut into the lead, and it just sneaks inside. The deliberations will be ongoing until tomorrow at noon when the show begins, as they're going to kick this short. Fair catch is if teams are comparable, then we go to the tiebreakers. Head-to-head, strength of schedule, common opponents. They're all laid out. Benson on the kill. Left with Brock Glenn, true freshman in his first start. 2nd and 6.
There's a blitz zero look, and it looks like Brock Glenn's audibling.
They're going to back out of it. And as the whistles came in before the snap.
And it's an interesting cat and mouse game right now.
To lead game. Offense. 5 red penalty. 2nd second down.
Again on 2nd and 11. This time it's Benson. It's been Toafili, but it's a direct snap to Benson. And Benson is going to go ahead for... Here's Glenn. And they sack him again. 4th.
At a critical time in this game.
Jesse, their 8th 3 and out. Mastromanno! They come after him and they... Big play, and now a golden opportunity as they take over on the 12-yard line. Play action. Plummer to the end zone. What a catch! Are they saying touch? No! Incomplete, they say.
They had Kariski, the tight end, one-on-one. He's running a wheel route with Tatum Bethune at linebacker. Plummer gives them a chance. He puts it where only his guy can make the play. It's a high point.
Moving on the field is an incomplete pass.
Kariski had that for a moment. Disrupt and dislodge the ball. Bottom line, it's 2nd and 10. Jordan trying to get around the right edge, and he can just get...
Right now they got him in the slot. They've taken him away from the boundary. He's lined up right here inside.
3rd and 9. 4-man rush against Plummer to the end zone. This time, and it's intercepted by Bethune. He made a great play earlier and comes up with the pick in the end zone. The Florida State defense does it again.
A clinic by Bethune in coverage against these tight ends. We saw the great play against Kariski a few moments ago on 1st down. Here's Joey Gatewood. He's running a post down the middle of the field. Bethune's just going to run with it. He locates it. He gets his head turned around. The ball is thrown behind by Plummer, and that is a massive turnover in the end zone. The biggest play of the game.
After special teams came up huge for Louisville. After it was taken down, and Bethune saves the day with 10 minutes to play. Toafili, he gets free and goes ahead.
Win back. So Brock Glenn's got to mastermind something here.
Toafili straight ahead, and look at that speed, and then lowers the... That was an excellent seal by Darius Washington for that 15-yard run. Benson goes nowhere. Benson on the line. 2nd and 11. Benson just backs it. The young Brock Glenn. Can he convert? Tried to go and connect as he punches it downfield. And American soon to be an ACC team with their backup quarterback, Coach Lashley, now a champion. Plummer pulls it. Plummer wanted to take a shot downfield, and then he just threw.
Nobody in the vicinity.
Intentional grounding. Offense on the 13. So lots of down for squad the foul. 2nd down.
Matt Austin, our rules experts, nodding his head, saying that is the right call.
These Florida State fans, man, they're feeling it.
Boy, have they asked a lot of their defense tonight, and has their defense over-delivered.
Time and time again,
Yes.
right? Nothing more like on that last drive. After the turnover on downs and then getting the pick in the end zone, but how much more do they have left?
And came in knowing they had to have this kind of game. Plummer from his own end zone. Can he escape it? Yes, the ball is past that.
At such a high level with such a small margin of error.
3rd and 23, just going to get the ball out quickly to Thrash, and Thrash gives them a little bit of breathing room out to the 10-yard line.
I mean, it's crazy when you think about it in this game. Florida State has not turned it over. They only have 2 penalties, and their defense is playing.
They're going to have to scatter with this low punt. And then 1st down, Florida State trying to close out this game. Trey Benson is going to help that cause. Look at the tough run. 1st down run, Benson again, and here he goes inside the 20. Look over at that play clock and your head coach, and you milk this thing. You try to bring it in for a nice landing and an undefeated record in conference championship. You know, I just mentioned, Greg, with Texas and Alabama looking as good as you can look, with Bama having the best win of all. Brock Glenn, Charlotte this week. 3rd down and 8. Glenn looks left, looks right, comes back, and that is blown up. And the and he drills it on through. 3:11 to play in the game. Rain here in Charlotte. Jordan can't find much. We sit back with Michigan and Washington, and then how impressive Texas and Alabama, those two teams were today. As that is
long situation. They just pin their ears coming off the edge. Louisville needs to have a plan. Tight ends and running back. They got a tight end to the left helping against Jared Verse. They got a running back to the right helping against Patrick Payton.
3rd and 7. Plummer. That is batted by Payton. 4th down and 7. Desperation time for Louisville with the ACC championship on the line. Florida State trying to stay undefeated. Plummer on 4th and 7. Wrapped up and taken down by Fisk. Oh, as he had a night.
It's the same stunt and game we've seen up front that Florida State's been using time and time again. Jared Verse going to get the pick. Fisk going to loop around to the outside, and Louisville's offensive line, they just can't handle it. They don't pass it off. 2 linemen run into each other. It's been Fisk, it's been Verse, it's been Taylor, it's been Lovett. This is the best D-line in the ACC, and what a luxury it is when you can get home with just 4 guys. Jordan Travis, he sees it in practice, he knows about it. And Mike Norvell is loving it.
And as they'll go Wildcat to put this thing away. Benson just probing that right side.
Who would win that game? That's what they're going to say. And of course, you know, you'll think back to the last time you saw a 3rd-string quarterback.
Ball start. Offense, number 48.
14. And if they win tonight against the top 15 team with your 3rd-string quarterback, that's a big deal.
Benson on 2nd and 14 just gets a yard there. Louisville 2 times. Here's another Wildcat snap to Benson on 3rd and 13. As Fitzgerald comes on the field to try to push it past the touchdown margin to a 10-point game. A 40-yard attempt for Ryan Fitzgerald. 2 of 3 tonight. And he just squeezes it inside the upright. So the 40-yarder is good, and that makes it 16-6. What a path it has been for the Noles with Mike Norvell, his 4th season. As you see the quarterbacks, the injured quarterbacks, celebrating the margins. The rain intensifies here. And Mike Norvell, we talked about the path. Remember just a couple of years ago, that tough start to the season, the loss to Jacksonville State.
Oh, my gosh.
The loss to Jacksonville State.
He was on the hot seat. There were so many people in Tallahassee that were upset, but he stayed the course, Joe. Trusting that if they kept developing young players, recruiting, getting some guys from the portal, things would turn. And then last year they did. This was a team that grew up. They found ways to win games, doing the things necessary. You win 10, they've taken the next step in the progression this year. Winning tonight 13-0 is remarkable. You've just seen what he's been able to do now these last couple seasons.
They're going to have the conference championship unless something wacky happens. They're going to have the strength of schedule. Texas and Bama, of course, spectacular today. Last year, that format we are dealing with 4 teams and this selection committee under these circumstances. Plummer again.
Demeanor in some states.
That is going to be on the film when they play the NFL draft and his name is called. That's unbelievable.
Coming back for an extra year was massive for him for his draft stock and also potentially his national championship chase.
3rd and 3, complete to the Thrash. Couldn't hold on to it.
And Renario Green has just been a beast outside one-on-one. He's been doing that all year. This is a playoff caliber defense. Everybody at home has to understand. It's not. There's no question.
As much as we have panned and we've talked about and we have sat back and we've watched all these punts and all these lacks of third downs to come through, this defense has been the other end of the spectrum. They've been that good. They are superb defensively. Fourth down and 3. Plummer. Fisk is chasing him, and Fisk gets to him. The 300-pounder just closed down on Jack Plummer.
The 7th sack for Florida State's defense. As Fisk is pointing to the ring, the ACC championship is locked up. And this defense is completely dominating.
This kid was playing at Western Michigan, was a star there, right? Said he's just happy to get a nice breakfast.
Yeah, his future breakfasts are going to have shaved black truffle because he's going to be playing on Sunday and he's going to be able to afford it. But I think one of the things the committee's going to think about is what would this Florida State defense do to a Michigan or a Washington or a Texas or an Alabama? Could they keep them in the
anybody
game?
fits.
Could they keep them in the game?
Listen, you got to generate some points, but this defense is at a championship, elite college football playoff championship level. They're in victory formation. Just find a way. It's what Florida State has done down the stretch of this season. They got through the rivalry game with Tate Rodemaker. This week there was the disruption with the protocol Rodemaker was in, and they had to turn to Brock Glenn, the true freshman quarterback. And they said, we'll find a way.
And these are the plays he's been dreaming about calling. Victory formation in the ACC championship game to finish the season undefeated.
Mike Norvell's 4th year at Florida State. And starts celebrating. An undefeated season, an ACC championship. Finished for 13, they did. Number 13, Jordan Travis. Glenn only had 8 completions, only passed for 55 yards, but he was able to lean on Toafili and Benson and a defense that brought everything they had to. The Noles are the ACC champs. ACC championship in school history. Their first since 2014. Katie.
Thanks, Tess. Sharing a moment with his family. Coach Norvell, time and time again, your team finds ways to win. They gut it out. Why?
Because they're a team. They care about each other. These guys work 365 days a year to prepare themselves for these moments. I think their heart, their determination, the grit that they have within. I mean, this is a football team that's full of heart, and I just absolutely love them. I mean, it was just an incredible game. We're down to a true freshman quarterback having to make his first start. You had some guys that were limited, but man, our defense did an unbelievable job, stepped up. Just so proud of this football team and all they've been able to accomplish.
How much pride did you have watching your defense deliver for you and over-deliver at times?
Well, I mean, it was awesome, but I watched them practice this week too, and there was so much confidence in what we were being asked to do. Coach Fuller and his staff did an unbelievable job, and our players
Joe, you're an undefeated ACC champion. Why is this team deserving of playing in a college football playoff?
You know, there's a lot of great teams that are out there, a lot of talented teams, and you know, there's a lot of teams with ability. Yes, but a lot of those teams have the ability. They've shown the ability, and they've lost games. Right? This team has not. This team has responded to all situations. This team has fought no matter what the circumstance was. You know, they just continued to believe in who they were, and that's what football's all about. Right? You know, it's hard to win a game, right? But these guys have found a way in every situation. I'm just so proud of them and proud of all that they've accomplished.
Congratulations. I'll see you on stage.
Thanks so much. Go Noles.
That is the question that is going to be asked of everybody. How do you define it? And you just heard the answer from Mike Norvell on his team in the CFP, saying those other teams, they lost games. This team has not. They responded to all situations. They fought. And you know, you think about what it is to lose a star player. And I don't know that you can apply that college basketball mentality of Selection Sunday, of taking a team down in the seedings, to this sport. This is the ultimate team sport. And he just responded that way of saying, fight. That's what football is all about. Finding a way and fighting in every situation. They found a way down the stretch of the season.
And it's hard in college football to win every game, man. Hard. 18 to 22-year-olds that you got to bring your A game to the park. And this coaching staff and Mike Norvell has got them focused and centered to do that. And that's in large part why people respect that. And the committee, historically, through 10 years of the playoff, has respected that. If you're a Power 5 team, they've always gotten in. We talked about their resume, 3 top 25 wins, 8 wins against Power 5 bowl-eligible teams. That's the most in the country. Their defense proving tonight, they're a championship caliber level defense with tons of NFL talent as well. And they've had to overcome injuries in critical moments, in critical games. None bigger than Jordan Travis, but finishing the year winning 3. None bigger than this one against a top 15 team. So that's what's in front of the committee. And that's what they'll be talking about tonight, late into the night, and early tomorrow morning as well. But with Texas and their 10-point win on the road in Tuscaloosa, in my eyes, gives them a head up against Alabama.
Yep.
And then you're looking at a Bama team that just beat the #1 team in the country in Georgia. 3 teams in the top 13. That is much improved from early in the season when they lost against Texas.
And that is the premier win in the sport. And, you know, Commissioner Sankey from the SEC said, listen, you put a Sesame Street theory here. Some of these things don't look like the other. Playing in the SEC and playing in this game doesn't look like the others. Listen, it doesn't. It's tough to size up what we just saw on the field here tonight compared to what we saw in Atlanta. But you just saw a championship team. I know that for a fact, and a championship-level defense in Florida State.
And at the end of the day, you have to win the game. Being an ACC champion is the #1 goal at the start of the season. Winning your conference championship. That's the first step. And they've done that. Week in, week out, they put themselves in that position. You think about the season and what they've had to overcome too, Joe. 4 come-from-behind wins where they were trailing by double digits. And they were able to dig deep and find ways to get it done. It's not always pretty, but look at this guy. He's a true freshman making his first start. The guy had 4 passes before he came into this game.
Jesse, he can breathe all of a sudden.
Yeah.
He can finally breathe tonight.
This is what he was waiting for, right? To be out on center field, about to go up on the stage with Katie George and get the ACC championship trophy, celebrate with his buddies tonight, and then wake up tomorrow and tune in to watch Reese and the guys at noon, tell them whether or not they're playing in the college football play.
I mean, that stat line is not sizzling at all. It's lukewarm at best, but we're such a quarterback-centric sports society. Yet let's look to the other side and size them up, because would you not stack up this defense against anybody who you either know is already in or is politicking to get in, when you have Verse and Payton off the edge, when you have Fisk and Lovett and Farmer in the middle, these linebackers, those defensive backs?
Joe, I think from an eye test standpoint, if you just look at Florida State's roster, it's a playoff caliber roster. And I don't know if they have as many first-round picks as Georgia or Alabama. We'll find out in April. But I would tell you, they've got as many starters on this team that are going to go play on Sundays in the NFL.
And maybe that point is proven best by that roster being able to win without the quarterbacks the past couple
and withstand it, too. And I think another thing the committee is going to talk about, because there is the possibility that an SEC team may not make the playoff for the very first time. I know the SEC's been the most dominant conference since since 2006, easily. This year, though, does feel a little bit different, and it started in non-conference games early in the year. The SEC was 7-9 this year against non-conference Power 5 opposition. Not as dominant as we're used to them being. And so I wonder if that's something that the committee takes into account as well.
The ACC had 6 wins over the SEC, had 4 over the Big Ten. The rest of FBS football was 10-47 with the combined records against the SEC and Big Ten.
It's a funny year, too, right? Because you've got 3 Power 5 unbeatens. And if you're Alabama, the team that you're being compared to is a team that beat you by 10 points in Tuscaloosa.
That Alabama team is not the Alabama team that came down the stretch of the season. That Week 2 Alabama team with Jalen Milroe, who, listen, was benched the next week. And now you look at the quarterback and you look at the team that took the field today against Georgia and came up huge. A Texas team that was shining bright. And now this Florida State team that found a way with defense, with all the sacks, with all the TFLs, and their 5th ACC championship, 13-0 for Florida State and Mike Norvell.
And at this time, we would like to direct your attention to the stage for the presentation of the 2023 ACC Football Championship Game Awards. Joining the ACC and the Florida State Seminoles is Katie George.
It's time for the 2023 ACC Championship Trophy presentation. First and foremost, a big congratulations to Florida State and your fans for a hard-fought victory in an ACC title. Please welcome ACC Commissioner Jim Phillips to award head coach Mike Norvell with the ACC Championship Trophy. Job 4 years ago, the evolution since, the growth, what makes you most proud?
It's these players, all the work they put in, the commitment they've made. I mean, it's every single day, man, we push these guys to being the best that they can on the field, off the field, in the classroom, and in every area. They just continue to respond. This is a special group. We've got an incredible administration. We have the best fan base in the United States of America. It's always about the work, and these guys, they show up day in and day out. They put their hearts into it, and that's what this team has showed.
You won this game on the back of your defense. What can you say about that unit's play?
And they've been remarkable all year long, just continue to get better. Coach Fuller, the defensive staff, I mean, these incredible players. They just rise up. We knew it was going to be a team effort tonight, and those guys were just unbelievable.
I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about the man behind you. He just had surgery. He wanted to be on the sidelines to support his teammates. You wouldn't be here without Jordan Travis. What does he mean to you? What does he mean to the Florida State program?
There's not enough words. Just an incredible example. The unbelievable teammate. He cares so much about this program, and even through times of adversity, he's still here. He's still present. He's just trying to make the best impact that he can, and just a special human being.
Jordan, I know you would have done anything in your power to be on that field tonight. Watching this team deliver for you, with you, what does it mean mean to you?
It means the world to me. I'm so thankful for the fans coming out today. It starts there. They brought so much energy for this football team, and also proud of this football team. Brock stepped up big today and got the win. I told him not to look up at the board. 55 passing yards, it don't matter at all. As long as you get a win in the column, we're good, and we're going to have some rings. That's all I ask. Let's get some matching rings today, and I'm so happy and blessed, man.
Congratulations. It's been an honor to cover your collegiate career, truly.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's now time to award the John D. Swafford Most Valuable Player for an outstanding performance. 2 huge plays as well. Your MVP of the 2023 ACC Championship is Lawrence Toafili. Lawrence, congratulations. You lined up in the Wildcat, broke 2 huge runs that were the difference tonight. What was your mindset on that drive?
I mean, I couldn't do it without my team, man. You know what I'm saying? I was going out there just trying to contribute however I could. And, you know, God put that in front of me, and I was able to make it happen.
This team, time and time again, has overcome adversity. How strong is this unit?
I mean, you know, we go to the grind every day with each other, man. You know, we real tight-knit. We're a brotherhood, man. You know, we in this together, for sure, forever.
Well, you won it together. Congratulations on a hard-fought win. Congratulations to your 2023 ACC champions, the Florida State Seminoles.
(13-0) and a conference championship. As they have reminded everyone here, no undefeated Power 5 conference team has been left out of the playoff. Toafili had the big run, went for 73 yards to create the gap here. 16-6, the final. Coming up next, your local news over most of these ABC stations.